Namaste and welcome back to today's episode of Mahabharata Matters. In the previous episode, we saw that in his anger, Dhritarashtra had crushed Bhima's iron statue into rubble. He had regretted his unholy actions only to learn later that Krishna had saved Bhima's life by pushing the statue in front of him. He was glad that he hadn't killed Bhima in his rage. But the hardships for the Pandavas was far from over. They had feared meeting Gāndhārī the most. Even after the fall of Duryodhana, Yudhishthira had sent Krishna to meet her and pacify her first. She was a pious woman who had performed many austerities. She had accumulated great tapashakti, power of penance, over the years. She certainly was extremely angry with the Pandavas. She had made up her mind that she would curse them when they came to meet her. Vedavyasa could read her mind. He took her aside and reminded her of an incident that had happened only a few days ago. It was just before the war began. Duryodhana had come to her seeking her blessings. He had insisted in many ways to make her say the words. He wanted her to say Vijayi Bhava, may you be victorious. He believed that if the words came from her mouth, he could win. He told her, please say the words. If you say, we will win the war. If you say, it will come true. If you say, I will be victorious. Please say the words, just say the words, he had begged her. But all Gāndhārī could muster up to say was, wherever there is dharma, there will be victory. She had added, I cannot bless you for victory. You will die on the battlefield. But I will bless you that you will die valiantly, attain an exalted death, and will go to heaven. Now Vedavyasa reminded her of this conversation. He said, you knew the outcome of the war already. You knew that your son had tread the paths of adharma. You knew he could not be victorious. Under the circumstances, there would be no other possible outcome of the war. If you curse the Pandavas now, the entire war would have become futile. Make peace with the outcome of the war. The Pandavas have been righteous all along. Yet they have lost so much. Do not curse them as they do not deserve it, he said. Gāndhārī said, I understand everything you are saying, but I cannot get closure about the fact that Bhima drank the blood of my son Dushyasana. He broke the thigh of Duryodhana in an unfair manner. It is the unjust means to achieve their end that I am upset about. They wanted power so badly that they resorted to wrongful means. Bhima heard these words of Gāndhārī. He meekly came to her side and started speaking to her in a gentle voice. He tried to console her. He addressed her as Mother. He said, O Mother Gāndhārī, please do not be angry at me. Please pardon me for my actions. There was no other way. No one in this entire world could defeat Duryodhana in a fair Gada Yuddha, not even me. His skills in Gada Yuddha are exemplary. I had to do it this way. Had I broken Duryodhana's thigh on that fateful day in the Dyuta Sabha, no one would have questioned my fairness or unfairness. His misdemeanor towards Draupadi would have been a reason enough to break his thigh. But my brother did not allow me that day. I had sworn on that day itself that I would break his thigh. I had to keep my words. As for Dushyasana, please believe me, I promise you, I just touched my lips to the blood. I did not drink his blood. Even Radheya, who was on the battlefield that day, knew about this. Since I had taken a vow during an angry moment, I had to keep my vow. I had to slice his heart for his wrongdoings towards Draupadi. I had to keep my word. Gāndhārī was appeased by the sincere words of Bhima. Now she turned her anger towards Yudhishthira. She called his name with a very stern voice. Yudhishthira instantly prostrated to her and fell at her feet. He said, O mother, I am your culprit. It is because of me all your sons are dead. I have come here anticipating your curse. You can curse me. It is justified. Saying so, Yudhishthira stayed at her feet with a bowed head. Gāndhārī was in intense internal turmoil. She remembered what sage Vedavyasa had told her just a few minutes ago. With great difficulty, she pacified her extreme anger. Yet, something very powerful happened. From below her blindfold, she had cast a glance on Yudhishthira's folded hands. Instantly, his nails and fingers became deformed due to her wrath. Upon seeing this, Arjuna was so scared that he literally went and hid behind Krishna. Krishna quipped, saying, "Jishnu, what happened?" Gāndhārī had softened a little more by then. She called each one of them near her and embraced them lovingly. Yet the mother's heart was aching. So, what are our takeaways from this story? Mothers are the most loving beings in the whole world. As endearing as their love can be, their wrath can be equally dreadful. The same Parvati can be Annapurna as well as Durga. It is better to enjoy their love rather than get on their wrong side. Another thing we can notice, instinctively, we refer to our children with nicknames while we are talking to them. On the other hand, we may use a sterner voice or their formal full name to catch their attention if they are doing something wrong. Krishna was a champion at this. Jishnu means one who has won over everything. Someone who has won over everything should not be afraid of anything or anyone. Here, Krishna was reminding Arjuna of his bravery when he was scared of Gāndhārī. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna had this amazing way of invoking different emotions in Arjuna by referring to him with different names at different times. When he wanted Arjuna to show courage and stand up bravely, he would address him with words like Bharatarshava, Jishnu, etc. On the other hand, to invoke a more gentle, tender emotion, he would address Arjuna as Kaunteya or Partha, the names derived from his mother's name. Krishna is not only the greatest friend, philosopher, and guide, but he is also the greatest psychologist, manager, diplomat, driver, and well-wisher as well. With these thoughts, we come to the end of today's episode. Remember, in this series, we are discussing matters of Mahabharata because even today, Mahabharata matters. Hari Om!